This is the second time I've refinished this cabinet. Originally it was 1970s brown, and then it was ash by Fusion, which I loved, and I will explain myself. And now it's Algonquin by Fusion. I'm on it. Keep watching to see this transformation and my explanation as to why I'm refinishing this cabinet again. I had replaced the bottom drawer pulls with knobs, which now makes it almost impossible to open the doors. I don't think this door style matches the china cabinet. And I really don't like that hump thing at all. But my main reason for refinishing this cabinet is that the color looks so dark on camera. It doesn't bounce any light and ends up looking like a dark void on the screen. In person, it's beautiful, just too dark for the camera. And it's a reason for me just to redo a piece of furniture. Don't tell anyone. Today is demo day. By demo, I mean I'm removing these two supports because Ralph has decided that they are, well, just decorative and we don't really need them. So that's kind of exciting. And if Ralph says so, I'm good with that. And this most offending hump here, that is getting chopped off. And I want to remove this dentin molding. So first, I'm gonna chop these guys off. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Okay. Oh, this is really rattly. Whew. Okay. I've been dreaming all in my head like I've seen. It looks like buck teeth. Oh, that's funny. So I've cut off the dowels, like the supporting dowels or attachment dowels from the top, and I'm gonna use my little pieces that I cut off to fill in the holes at the bottom. Oh, how genius am I? Okay, no, it's totally not genius, but I feel really smart thinking of it. So I'm just gonna attach them, let them set, and then I'll just saw them off with my favorite little Japanese saw. But yeah, okay, let's get that done. This molding is not my style, and I think it'll change the look of the cabinet a lot if it's gone. All right, sides are both stripped. So glad that's gone. The dowels are all fixed up. Everything looks good, so I can finally get rid of this thing. Ugh. And Ralph's gonna help me. This isn't even wood, it's foam. This cabinet has so much foam instead of wood trim. But they did a pretty good job painting it. It tricked us for like 45 years. Removing that hump thing took longer than expected, but so worth it. Bye-bye. Oh, this is looking so much better. Yeah, this is just more my style. Well, probably more everyone's style. So I have some holes to patch. I have sanding to do because there's some rough bits. I have to pick up, oh, I have to remove the back too because I'm going to refinish that kind of like I have a cool idea in my mind. And I need to find some trim just to dress this up. I've taken off the dentin side molding off the back piece. So just a little like the finesse work, and then I can start painting. Well, like priming and then painting, but yeah. So I'm gonna patch, take the back off, and sand. I feel like I'm a third way there. A third. That's what I'm telling myself. Back from the Home Depot, and we picked up some trim that's a little more my style, just a little more simple, and we just need to glue and brad nail it on. And then I can paint. Oh, I'm really excited about this project. Like seriously, I just want this done because that means my whole space down here is done. I used Gloss Off to remove the shine from the only part that was still original in 1978. If you're wondering if Gloss Off works, yes, this cabinet isn't dirty. That's the finish coming off. It was a little funny removing the backing that I still remember stapling on. I primed everything. Fusion says you don't have to prime, but I'm covering dark with light, so old school me primed it all. Then painting, and I really like painting. Everything's pretty much had one coat of paint, and I've run out of my Fusion jar. Now, I've used this one jar to do a little bit of work on the table that I use down here and to paint the armoire that sits over there. So one little jar of it does go pretty far. Well, I did get myself another one, and Fusion's paint time in between coats is 4 hours, and it's been 4.5 hours since I started the drawers. So time for second coat. And yes, I am using my little craft paintbrush on this whole project. I know it's a big project, but I just really like the finish of when I do use a brush. The finish is just so nice. It's nicer than when I roll it on with either a foam brush or just a regular roller. I don't know, these weird little cheapo craft brushes give me such a good finish. So it takes a long time, but oh, it's so worth it. So a little more of this. I haven't had this happen before, so I wanted to show you guys to see if anyone has ever encountered this. I have 2 cans or 2 jars of the Algonquin paint. This one I bought about 6 months ago and I used it all up, and this is the one I picked up yesterday. And they are completely different colors. Like they could be sold as 2 different colors. This one, when you paint it, it ends up looking like peanut butter. It's like really creamy. And this one, the new one, has way more gray undertones. I'm thankful that this is the one I'm using as the top coat, like the second coat, because I do prefer the more gray undertones. But the cabinet that I painted with the original Algonquin is a complete, like totally different color. And you can see it here. This is way more creamy. I mean, pardon the terrible paint job, but this one is way more creamy, has way more like, I don't know, like warm undertones. And the newer one has old undertones. So I guess if you know you're gonna need more than 1 can, buy them at the exact same time. Like this is a drastic difference. I mean, it doesn't bother, like it's not ruining my project or anything, but it could ruin your project if you have like the top painted one color and the bottom the other. But I'm just really grateful that I get the color that I prefer for the top coat. So I just thought I'd share that. Just interesting. They're so different. Wow. Okay, but I have plenty more painting to do and I'm loving the results. So I'm a happy girl. I think everything's painted. I mean, I have a lot of pieces back there and they need to be top coated. I know Fusion says they have a top coat built in, but I don't know if it's that I'm hard on my stuff, which I don't think so, but I have marked up the Fusion if I didn't top coat it. So I'm just gonna top coat and it's relaxing. I've got my coffee, top coat.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating.
I'm now ready to work on the backer board. So that's the piece that goes back here. And I had it wallpapered before, the wallpaper's still here, I just painted over it, but I want to do something a bit interesting. But I don't want it to be so interesting, like it has so much detail that like these shelves are gonna be pretty full and I don't want it to look like really cluttered. So I was trying to think of like, what's an idea that was kind of has interest, but isn't too busy. And I thought, instead of wallpaper, and I'm not a good painter, what about a paint pour? So yeah, I pulled out all my creams, a couple, maybe a little bit of like a light white, and I'm gonna do a paint pour over this. I just think it'll give me nice like swooshes, and it's also gonna be really messy. So I'm gonna try to not like, create some sort of disaster down here, but a paint pour. I think that'll look so good. Okay, let's get started. All right, I'm using 2 ounces of Floetrol and then 1 ounce of whatever paint I want. I know that 2 ounces is the bottom half of my little solo cup. And then I drew another line for 1 ounce. And I'm gonna start, this isn't an acrylic paint, it's the same paint that I use to paint everything, but I want that to be like my base. So that's what I'm starting with. This now has to dry for like 3 days at least. Like there's a lot of paint on here. So I'm just gonna let it dry and then I'm gonna see what the color looks like and I'm sure I'm gonna love it. And then I'm gonna seal it and then I'm gonna put it up. I thought I had enough wallpaper to cover the top of the cabinet. Oops, not even close. So I painted some scrap wood and got a little creative. And now it's time to pull it all together. And the backer board was stapled back on. Again. Final stretch. I've left everything to cure for a week, so that means I can put it all together. The hutch can go on top, I can put the handles on, and the door's on. Oh yeah, this is like the best part. So what do you think? I did love the ash color, but this shows up way better on camera. And it's much more practical without the doors. I love the open shelving. Now, my sister doesn't totally love the paint pour background. What are your thoughts? I'm now gonna start styling these shelves. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you soon with another project that I might end up redoing again. Pew pew! Why doesn't, what's it doing? I don't want it really locked. Haha, ooh. It's like a fan coming out of here. All right, I'll lock it again. All right. Hi, Ralph. I guess you can see, oh, my hair is doing something funky. Okay, it was windy outside, that's my excuse, okay? Whoa. Apologies for this, but yeah, cabinet's coming along nicely though. Oh, weird color, eh? It's kind of orangey on my face. Do you not see me? Oh, anyways, okay. Orange face it is.